Shit, what's up, y'all? I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the We Want More podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Moore.
I'm Asante Morris.
Pepsi, he is in the bedroom right now, chewing on the bone, watching Moana 2, and we on episode 73. Please be sure to subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to this on, whether that be on Apple or Spotify. Stop right now, give us a review. I did have one listener hit us up. He said, yeah, he definitely has been enjoying the pod, enjoying the journey, but he doesn't listen on Apple or Spotify. So he listens on YouTube Music. So I didn't even think of that like we have listeners on these other different like podcast apps and avenues. So he said he listens on YouTube Music. So that's why he can't give us a review. So so we definitely do appreciate you still listening to us, but for those that are on Apple and Spotify, stop right now and give us 5 stars, man. For real, I don't like having to threaten y'all. I don't, but I will. Just make it easier on me. So to save us both the trouble. I don't want to have to find you. You don't want to go to the hospital. So give us 5 stars, man. And if you got some words for us, please leave a review right now. Yeah, but let me see. But yeah, other than that though, how you been?
I have been good, about as good as a man could be.
Yeah.
How about you?
I've been there. I had a cool week. I went to the sauna this week.
The sauna?
I went to a spa. I went to a spa that had a bunch of different saunas.
Okay.
And I should say. So that was cool. Got a nice deep tissue massage. You ever been to a spa?
I've had like one massage my whole life. Like a professional massage, maybe one or two. I don't know.
Was it professional, or did you you had to pay something extra at the end?
No, they jerked me off for sure. No, I left feeling very refreshed, and no, I didn't. I never got a jerk off massage. That was a real massage. I don't like hate it, but I'm just like I'm not giving you money to. I don't need a massage. I need a fucking therapist. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
that's not the reason for my stress. That's not my shoulders. That's my childhood. I don't give a fuck about my fucking massage.
Yeah, no. I needed that shit, man. My back been killing me. She laid me on the back, and she told me to lay on my back, and then like the lady, very nice, sweet lady, and I felt for her. I felt for her because when they give you this massage, rubbing your body down is one thing, but then she had to get into my feet. The feet weren't lotion. My heels were definitely rough, but she didn't shy away from it, which I appreciated. Then
Yeah, I do feel like a little bit of remorse. Like you immigrate to this country, you gotta rub down our dry as people to survive. It's. That's another part of it. I'm like, I know that they sometimes like that's what they want to do. They want to massage people or whatever the fuck. But I always feel like, damn.
Twisting my leg one way, cracked the shit out my back. Like you heard that. Like
was it a good crack?
Yeah, no, definitely a great crack. And I'm feeling a lot looser. I think that might be something I want to do more frequently. Honestly. And when did I go? I went Thursday morning. That's when you gotta go to the spa. You gotta find one that's like a little bit more low key and out the way. Cause it's this other spa out here in Jersey. You heard of Sojo?
Nah, I don't think so.
It's a cool spa, but that's where like everybody go for the gram. Because where it's at,
it's popular. It's
in Edgewater, and then like you get a nice when you go to like the pools, you get a nice backdrop of Manhattan. So I've been there, but it's like I couldn't even really enjoy it because it's like I'm trying to relax, but everybody is in there just like having photo shoots. So this one that I just went to, I definitely enjoyed that a lot, but it was pissing me off because it was some white women like talking in the saunas. That's why it's like when you go in, you ever been to a sauna?
Yeah, when men are in the sauna, they just sit there. You might look around at each other, but you're not saying nothing. What the fuck is there to talk about? Just sweat out the sweat and then fucking move on.
Right, yeah. So it was getting kind of intense because it was like these 2 white women that were friends having a conversation. It was like, and there was some black people in there. It's like, yo, would y'all shut the fuck up? And it's already 160 degrees in here.
I should have just started talking about slavery. It would have shut up. Like, damn, it's hot out here. It's a good thing that I'm not a slave because if I was doing that in that heat, they would be like, okay, let's be quiet. I know how to shut down a white conversation very quickly.
Before we do get into some topics, I did want to revisit some stuff from last week when you talked about the Anthony Mackie conversation about the Jordans.
Okay, so yeah, his man of the house philosophy.
Yeah, and because after the last episode, you know, my mom, she listens.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom, she called me and she was saying how she was just having a conversation with somebody about that whole man to the house topic. Okay. And she was saying how sometimes that's like, you know, parents, whether it be the father that left or the mother that's still there, might tell like this only child, you're the man of the house now. So then when a mother starts to date somebody else, it's tension. And the son, he doesn't like the new guy that came in because in his mind, he's the man of the house.
Yeah, that's true.
And I didn't even think about it that way. Like, basically like the baby boy syndrome.
You also don't want nobody breaking your mom back at the end of the day. Like, it don't matter who it is. If you related to me, yeah. I don't want it. So mom is the top of relation to, you know, female relation in family. So you just like, nah, man, you're not about to blow my mom back out. Fuck that. There's plenty of reasons why you wouldn't want niggas dating your mom.
Not without giving me a PlayStation. Yeah. That is something fucked up though that I had to deal with. A nigga taking your mom and your fruit snacks. Yeah,
but I think as a mother who knows the kind of, you know, if you dating a guy that got money, you know, you need to kick some of that back to the kid. Mm-hmm. You know, you got to make sure that you getting your little shit, your hair done, whatever the fuck, and then the kid is getting games and toys and shit. Yeah. You know.
But also,
shout out to the single moms that know how to fucking hustle nigga out of shit.
Yeah. And shout out to the single moms that know how to time it right and tell you when to come over when that little nigga is falling asleep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so y'all don't have to cross paths. Because it's just as bad as like, you ever had somebody accidentally meet your mom?
Nobody's met my mom on purpose.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like.
Actually, that's a lie. But most of the time, it just be like.
Like she got off of work early?
Yeah, they just in the same house at the same time. It's just like, fuck. Like, pretend she don't exist, mom. Because she really don't. That's mean. But yes, you don't want your mom to be like thinking like that's the type of chicks that you like. Like sometimes you just be going through something, or you just, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, and now your mom was like, oh, this is what you up to? Not really, mom. Not particularly. But my mom's cool. I feel like she don't never judge nobody out loud. I feel like she trusts me to fucking, you know, handle my relations with human beings on my own. So that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, my mom definitely don't quote me with somebody with some great backwoods.
Why this girl with purple lips in my house? And you get this girl with fucking cigarette breath out of my fucking house.
Also, like, along the lines of that conversation, so, you know, because I was saying, like, I had posted that. I'm like, yo, and I posted it on Twitter. Like, if you want to tell me I'm the man of the house, let me get some Jordans, right? And that became a whole topic.
Let me bring bitches through. If you gonna be the man, if I'm a man the man of the house is not a real title. Because you don't get to do nothing you want. You just got to close the fucking, lock the doors, batten down the hatches and shit.
Yeah. So it was like, it was a divided conversation. You had people saying like, yeah, I agree with you. Like, you know, it's not that deep. Let me have the Jordans. But then, you know, it always got to be some niggas talking about, see, that's the problem now. We too worried about sneakers. And we need to be more worried about investing our money. We need to be worried about getting some property or investing in crypto or Bitcoin. And it's like, my nigga, these $200 sneakers are not going to get you out or keep you in poverty. Maybe
I don't think people realize that shit. It's not.
It's kind of like the whole food stamps conversation. Yeah. The food stamps and junk food. It's like me spending this isn't what's holding me back or this isn't what was keeping me down in life. It's a bunch of systems along the way that kind of interlock together.
Yeah, it definitely got people that buy things that they shouldn't have. But if all you got is enough money to enjoy yourself, that's what the fuck you need to spend it on. Right. You know, just to get you mentally through the fucking weekend and shit. You know, like if you look at people's stock portfolios and shit, they're trading a lot of fucking money that doesn't mean shit to them. It's just another source of that's just where you put your money. You know what I'm saying? Like some people don't even got a fucking savings.
Right.
So first of all, you gotta have money to save that you can just put away, and you gotta be able to invest shit. So like you can't just fucking walk around with $200, put that shit into an investment, and then not see it again. Because that's what happens if you really invest in. You don't see the money again. You just let it fucking sit there. You're not supposed to be, unless you're a day trader. But yeah, we're not gonna fucking LLC, fucking vending machine, rent fucking refrigeration trucks, our way into fucking
generational wealth.
Yeah, you gotta enjoy shit. I mean, I've never bought a pair of Jordans in my life.
I never bought a pair. Well, I've had a pair of Jordans before, but even then, right? It's the other sneakers that are, or it's the other shoes that's just equal value.
I would buy three pairs of shoes before I buy one $200 pair.
I mean, but I bought Uggs. That's like the prices, like Uggs or what else? Uggs. Tim's damn near the price of Jordans.
Yeah. It's not really a status symbol, but it's the same price damn near.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I feel like with us, we tend to place too much in what like Jordans is. Mm-hmm. We're placing a value in it, and withholding that from your child, it still places value in that because you're teaching him, or him, her, they, them. You're teaching that child that this is something you're not worthy of. So it could create two things. It could create, now when I can finally get my own money, this is going to be like what I really want, and like this is like what I'm chasing. Or you could teach them to resent that and resent you. And a lot of black people, they don't realize that it's like niggas be going out of their way to humble their kids too much.
Yeah, it's a little bit too much. But I mean, with the Jordan conversation is interesting because I'm not gonna say like I'm above, status symbols or trying to impress people, because that's bullshit. I definitely am not above that. I buy certain things that impress maybe different people, but it's like I never really wanted no shit like that, just because deep down I was like, I don't know if I even want this. You know what I'm saying? Like people might fuck with it. It's definitely cool when you got that shit on and people fucking with it, but it's not. If it don't really like align with what you like, then it doesn't really make sense.
No, but I mean, like when I say, we grind to humble our kids, it's like if you have the access to something, there is a better way of teaching them to be a good person instead of like just making them fight to earn every single thing.
Yeah, you could put some money away in an account or an investment account for a kid, and then let them see it, not touch it, and then that's like education. Like, hey, this is what happens when you put money in this place. This is what happens when you do this with money. And when you're older and you're more responsible and you understand the value of this stuff, then you can have it. But they just be like, nah, you ain't getting shit that you ain't earned. Like, nigga, nobody has anything that they earned. You think I got fucking grants for school. I had if you got a history of people that go to school, like even if y'all don't got money at the time, that's still like a mental, like there's nothing telling you it's not possible.
Right.
So like you might not inherit wealth, but you might inherit a mindset that helps you get there. You know what I mean? Or like a financial backing in your family. Everybody got like a rich uncle, rich aunt or something that like, maybe helps people. Maybe not rich, but you know what I mean? A benefactor. A glue of the family, so you might not have it.
Or just that one family member that don't have no kids and needs somebody to spend it on.
Yeah, exactly. So like even them little fucking bits of shit that you get still count, because some people really don't get shit at all. And I don't know exactly what I'm getting at. But there's no reason. Having nothing is not an integral part of growing up. Most people should have shit. I don't think we know if we want our kids to be kids. Like we always switch back and forth. Like, let a kid be a kid, but also like, don't get shot. Yeah. Like we just put too much on the motherfucker and be like, all right, go outside and play.
Yeah. And were you ever told like you had to get out at a certain point?
Get out of what?
The house. Your parents' house.
Nah, there wasn't a point. I mean, there's times in, fucking they wanted me to fuck out of there, but there wasn't like a when you turn this age, you gotta go somewhere, you gotta do something. And I think it was more so like, I was already on that track to like go to school.
Oh,
like
okay.
there was kind of just, I don't think I was even really given much of a choice. I think it was just like, we're gonna fucking fill out these forms and you're gonna go in debt and you're gonna get the fuck out, but like in a nice way. It wasn't ever like you can't be here. It was like, we're gonna get you into something productive, so we don't even gotta talk like that.
Okay.
So in a way, I think some people that like me that avoid that conversation. I'm sure you're saying that you did get that conversation.
No, I
you
didn't.
didn't?
No. If I wanted to, I could be right back home at my dad's right now.
Yeah, I know. That's the beauty of it. Like, shit is hard right now. We probably make more than money than our parents,
like,
but we don't see the benefit of it.
But like, I say I'm fortunate in that sense of like, for them, like my mom and my dad, they never like. It was always when you're comfortable, when you're ready.
Yeah.
And I feel like really fortunate to have that, because that's a big part of being able to build generational wealth. People say like, I want my kids to be better than me, but it's like, how can they if like you force them out the first chance, like at the beginning of it?
Yeah, it's an old mindset. Like middle class, old timey 50s, 60s. Once you turn 18, get a job at the factory, get you a wife, get you a house, get you a car. All of that is gonna work. So that was okay for maybe fucking 10 years, and we're still doing it. So one, bad idea, and two, I don't think rich people ever really did that. Like people that have wealth, they're like, leave the house, motherfucker. When I die, you're getting everything. So why would you leave? You're getting the company when I feel like not working anymore. Like. These motherfuckers got their goddamn inheritance already planned out and shit. We can't even fucking stay in the basement and shit.
Right? You see these other races?
Yeah.
Indians,
Asians. They live, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, mom, dad, 3 kids all in one fucking house.
Right.
Putting the money together and shit. And sure, it smell weird. Of course it does. It's too many people. And uncles just don't smell right. That's my fear as an uncle. Like
fucking up the center of the couch.
Yeah, just like your uncle never gonna smell the way you want him to smell, and it don't even stink. But the nigga might smell like a weird, you know what I'm saying. His oils might just not be the scent that you like. I never had nobody got an uncle that's like that nigga smell great. So I don't know where I'm going with this again. Point is, all these people in one home. And that's kind of what the fuck houses were about. Yeah. Having fucking people in there. Instead of everybody dividing everything up, it's like, well, we'll do that when we can afford to. Some people take it too far, you know what I'm saying? Having 10 niggas in a fucking 2-bedroom. It's too much. I'm not saying, like, if you're forced into that it's bad, but it's just, like, if you can fucking find a way around that, do that. But we definitely should, like, stop fucking putting our old people in separate places far away from us that we can't fucking get to quickly, or goddamn forcing the kids out. Like, everybody needs help.
It's funny you say that, because I was just I believe it was Bruce Willis' birthday. Bruce Willis, he just celebrated his 70th birthday. Yeah. And he's I think he has like dementia. Yeah,
he's going through it, man. It sucks too.
It is, but
it's Bruce Willis.
Right. And that's my guy, man. Bruce Willis. I mean, shit. I mean, of course, like the Die Hard series, but for me, it'd be like the newer stuff, like 16 Blocks.
I don't know if I saw
16 Blocks with Mos Def?
No, I never saw that. You ever seen Red?
Yeah.
With fucking, I think it's is it John Malkovich is in that? And Morgan Freeman? Those were good movies.
But Bruce Willis, like, he has early set dementia, and like, Demi Moore, like, she posted a picture with like her and all the kids. And
Are they together?
No, but they have kids together.
Right. She talked a long time ago.
But it shows that, like, he was a good person. Yeah. Like when you are just like a genuine good person and take care of your family, like, they'll do the same in the end. Yeah,
you can't fucking leave all your money to the Jamaican nurse because all your kids don't like talking to you. So now you got to give all the money to her and shit. That's like a common story. Like, none of my kids fuck with me, This nurse that changes my diapers gets everything, and she deserves it, sure. But it's like there should be. Why are strangers taking care of your goddamn family? If you can fucking actually, look out for grandma and grandpa, why the fuck are you putting that on somebody else? I mean, it's hard. Dementia, like I get that you need, you dealing with some shit like that, but we don't give a fuck about old people at all, nigga. We just want to fucking. It's like they're not dying, and we can't kill them, so we just try to fucking ignore them and shit.
Yeah,
niggas trying to cut off benefits and all that, trying to fucking fuck with Social Security and
that shit.
Like, dog, they're old. Shit.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because remember, like we did had a conversation about like DEI. So I later found out that when it's always mentioned in the news, it's always just those 3 letters. Hold up.
Yeah, the dog is fucking racist.
No, but with DEI, it's actually DEIA, and the A is for accessibility, and a big part of that is so like the elderly can be able to just get their payments or services through online because they aren't mobile. They're not able to get around like they once were. Or also with like when it comes to internships, it was a time where like unpaid internships, to be able to do a unpaid internship for like 40 hours a week, you would essentially have to come from a family that has money, that could be able to provide for you. So, or
if you like in our tax bracket, you got to live at home. Like you can't afford to leave yet.
Right.
You go to college, you go right back home. You do the unpaid internship.
So
if you got a fucking car.
So paid internships were a part of that accessibility. Whereas like
crazy.
Where we should pay so that it opens this up to people that are coming from low income or mid income situations.
Yeah, only rich people could do unpaid internships now. They're just like, why would I want money? Just fucking hold me down until I can be the goddamn executive.
Right, because poor people, we can't eat off experience.
Yeah, unpaid internship now, it's like, that's fucking... It's always been slavery, but, I mean, wage labor itself is kind of slavery already. But, like, unpaid internship, I don't know who came up with that shit.
I mean, bro, these jobs, they'll have you go through a full day of work and then still not hire you.
Yeah, didn't that happen to you?
Yeah, that shit happened, bro. That shit happened to me at a school in the Washington Heights.
They didn't pay you?
Bro, I showed up for the day. They said that's when I was like working as a teacher's aide, working 1-to-1 with kids. So I showed up. They said they want to see like me work with the student, work the whole day. And they were like, yeah, we're just going to pass.
That's fucking crazy. You should have sold the kids some fucking drugs or something. You should have tried to fuck up the fabric of the school. That's fucked up. Something to undo the work you just did.
Yeah.
Tell the kids not to use condoms or something if that happened to you.
Did you see this past week the situation with Jess Hilarious in the Breakfast Club?
All right. So I think I know what's going on, but let's just take it from the top.
All right. So I thought I knew what was going on too. And so at first I was on Jess Hilarious' side in the situation. And
I mean, of course we're going to be on her side. Black women that don't speak English that well. That's us. That's my community.
She started doing the news. I'm like, all right, look, that's our segment. Take me off that shit.
She started doing the news.
Yeah, I don't know. Which accent is more ridiculous, Philly or Baltimore?
Definitely Baltimore. Well, yeah, Baltimore.
I would like to hear somebody's thoughts on that. From only Philly and Baltimore. Everybody else can go fuck themselves.
Give her that shit. Take me off that shit. This is her segment now. This is no longer just with the mess. Got dark fats as a mother. Okay. I said, take me off that shit. This is no longer my segment. I said it. Take me off of that. Give it to her. Give it to her. Charlamagne said, nah, I don't want it to be her segment. It damn near sure is already. Like it's her segment. She's reading it and she's doing it to the best of her ability. Shorty is like that. Yeah. That's why I picked her to fill in for me for maternity leave.
And that was one thing I didn't like that she kept throwing throughout this whole situation. So just her issue was the new co-host on the show, Lauren LaRosa, started to fill in while Jess Hilarious was out on maternity leave.
Is she somebody, or is she just like somebody that worked at a radio station? Is she like
who? Lauren LaRosa?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
So she's worked in a journalistic field for years now. I believe she has a degree in journalism.
Okay.
That's cool. She was on TMZ prior to this. She was been matter of fact, I want to pull up her exact credits just so I don't.
Yeah.
Damn, she got a LinkedIn page. She that right there lets me know she's professional. Ain't no regular niggas just out here having LinkedIns. But
yeah, I need to make a comedian LinkedIn.
Yeah, so she was a senior news producer and reporter with TMZ for 8 years. Prior to this, where did she graduate from? Okay, she graduated from Dell State.
I don't know. It sounds like I don't know if there's this is like a side thing, like her versus her. I don't know if that's what this is, but she got a lot of credentials. And whenever you listen to somebody from Baltimore talk, you just waiting for them to go ooh again. Like every time she talk, I'm just like, say news one more time, please. But they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They avoid the ooh. But that's what I want to hear. Just do that all day, and I'll listen to it.
So originally, I'm thinking like, damn, that is fucked up. That you go on maternity leave, and you're just replaced. Cause it's fucked up. Cause like when it comes to jobs, right, it's different for men and women. If we get a job when we got a baby on the way, that's a safety net. We like, thank goodness, like I needed a job at this time because like I got this baby on the way. Versus like a woman getting a job when a baby on the way, it's like, damn, I just got this job and now I'm at risk of losing it because they know I'm gonna be going.
Yeah, real shit, man. So that's fucking. They'll find a way to fire you that like doesn't violate HR policy. That's the crazy thing about it.
Yeah. So initially, like I was on Jess Hilarious side, but then when she started mentioning things like when she kept throwing out there, I'm the one that told them to give you the job. It was like she was trying to hold that over Lauren's head. Where it's like, I'm the one that helped you out. So I didn't like that. But then the next day on the Breakfast Club, they all sat down and they had to talk about it. And then that's where like she started to voice her true issues about the whole situation.
Ever since I came back, it was weird. Yes, it was weird. Yeah, I at first, no, I did not. I wasn't too fond of Lauren. Nah, I wasn't too fond of her when I came back because we had a whole plan. Even how when I came back, how I pick her to fill in for me, right? I come back, she ain't never leave. Then, all right, cool that she don't leave.
And that right there is like, one, I got a job now. Like, so I'm just supposed to just leave? Like, what about my well-being? I got to make sure my money's straight. I got to make sure, my situation is put together.
Yeah, I'm torn, bro. Because like on one side, you got somebody that's like highly qualified, and on the other side is somebody with an amazing accent that makes normal words just pop. So it's just, I don't know what to do.
Only during my segment. If she was meant to be a fourth host, move her in another way. Why she got to be moved in on? Because nobody had a problem with Jess with the mess until she started reading right. You know what I mean? Till she started reporting. I wasn't hired as a reporter. I was.
And that's the real issue. Like that right there. She said nobody had an issue until she came on Read and Write and she started reporting.
Like, what do you mean read and write?
So I think she goes on to clarify what she meant.
I was hired as Jess with the mess. So she started reading and delivering details and all that stuff. Yes. Then that's when Jess with the mess wasn't good enough no more. That's how it was.
So this woman, like I said, prior to this, she was a reporter and a producer for 8 years. So the issue is that this woman came on the show doing what a journalist does, doing what like somebody, a radio personality is supposed to do. When they give a story, she's providing details and she's reading and enunciating, and Jess doesn't like this.
Yeah, I don't understand what the fucking problem is. I'm not sure this just seems like another thing where somehow two women are just fighting over fucking something and it's like they both work at the same spot. What are they fighting over?
Yeah, but then
is it our fault? Is it society?
So Jess, she goes on to explain where this narrative is coming from.
presented. So I'm like, all right, cool.
Who said that though? Because the internet said
what
that?
are we talking about? No. This is our listeners. This is yeah. Why can't we worry about the comments? And these are people that enjoy the show and watch the show. It's not all about Instagram. It's YouTube. It's like we have people that have been watching the show. Yeah, she's great at what she do. That's why I picked her to fill in for me. But when I came back,
and that's why like you see, she keeps saying that. She keeps saying, I'm the one that picked you for this.
Yeah, that's how they pit women against each other in workplaces.
This all stemmed from, she said, she goes on to clarify that she feels like this narrative is coming from people online. So it's not really coming from within the workplace, and it is misdirected because now she's taking this out on her coworkers because of things that people saying online. They might say like, Lauren is better at reporting. Whereas like this could be an opportunity from because Jess is new in this space. She's a social media personality brought on maybe because of her following or because of, the segment that she created with the Just with the Mess where she talks about celebrity. This could be an opportunity to learn from somebody that actually did go to school for this. And this is kind of like what happens where you get people that might meet certain social media metrics thrown into like something more talent based.
Well, I'm just thinking, why the fuck is like, it's not like fucking the other people on this show or fucking have any credentials other than doing what the fuck they've been doing. So I don't know I'm not really sure what people want from this situation. All I know is we need to squash it for one. Mm-hmm. Maybe have a celebrity boxing match. I'm willing to put up some of my own money to have a celebrity boxing match, and for the finale, coochie bumping between these two stellar personalities.
Honestly, this might be a good fight. You got on one hand, you got a woman from Baltimore, but then on the other hand, you got a woman that got a degree from Dell State. Have you been?
And they both know how to bump coochies for sure too. That's the thing. It's like they'll fight for sure. Like the fight is whatever, but like the reconciliation will be just as momentous.
It's four voices. Three of us are very opinionated. Me, you, and Charlamagne. I'm not saying Envy don't got no opinion, but he don't jump in every single time there's dead air. You know what I'm saying? When you over talk. And it's like the only time you can quiet down is somebody be like, shut up or hush.
My mom don't even tell me shut up, Jess. I'm a grown.
So that was an issue too. So Jess, it's been times where they're doing segments and Jess will tell her to shut up or be quiet. And
oh my God.
Yeah, and Jess is saying like when it's dead air, she always has something to say. But that's the time for a journalist to speak. Like when you on the radio, when you doing something audio, even like this, you can't have too much dead air in the space.
Yeah.
It's a continuous conversation.
Do white people fight on their radio shows like this? Does anybody do this shit? God damn. We just be fighting about everything. God fucking damn. Like there's nobody else I can think of that's just having on-air arguments about like just regular shit.
I mean,
like not about like, you know what I'm saying, you said this shit about my mom and I didn't appreciate that. It's just, why the fuck you come to work ready to work? What the fuck is going on in this world?
This bitch in here doing her job. Come on, man.
I be getting mad at people that's at work. Like, this nigga always trying to just fucking work.
Y'all niggas did not hire me to be professional. Y'all niggas hired me because y'all know how I am. Along the lines of this, right, I saw people saying that she does need to go now that Jess is back. And I don't like that. It's like, no. I'm here. I showed that I'm qualified, so now it's time to make space. Like somebody said, what if a teacher went on leave, right? What if a teacher went on leave and the substitute was like, no, I'm staying. And I'm like, well, shit, are the students' grades better? Is the class more behaved? I feel like there's other metrics. We see that shit happen in sports.
I've had a substitute that took over. I don't know why exactly, but we like the substitute better.
Yeah, that shit happen in sports all the time. Somebody get injured, Or somebody, somebody come in, somebody might have some time out for a little bit, and then somebody come in and fill a role, they do the job better. I'm sorry, but we gotta either you could figure out a way that y'all both could be here, or you could just go. But yeah, it is us only fighting about goofy shit like this.
Because I still don't understand the argument here. Like, I get it. It's like, all right, you're scared of being replaced, whatever. But like, this is just fucking just airing out personal shit for the world.
I mean, but people were saying it's unprofessional for them to do this at work, but it's like niggas is not listening to the Breakfast Club for professionalism.
Yeah, we want to hear Jonathan Majors. We want to hear Dr. Umar on there, fucking calling white people snow animals.
Nah, but the shit we do, man, the shit we go through is goofy. Even I didn't have this on the docket, but did you see this whole thing going on in LA?
No, what are you talking about?
It was this guy Big U, former gang member. Well, they say he is still kind of like. They say he's still kind of active in the gang.
Well, I think
life.
like isn't a gang just like it's just like a lifetime. You join and you just in it forever.
Yeah,
especially LA is like a different. The way they do gangs is just like you could be in a gang and just you're not out killing people, robbing people, or whatever the fuck. You're just in the gang.
No, but they saying like he was still active, like he was just indicted on some charges. Him and I believe 20 other people, they were indicted for just a bunch of different criminal activity, all alleged. But one of the things that they were saying, they were extorting athletes and rappers to check in with them.
See, that's the thing. That's the other thing that I don't get about you go to a city, you check in with like a gang member or some shit.
You check in with whoever run that city, which is
why are you where this nigga lives anyway? Like, don't you got money? Why are you in the fucking ghetto?
Right.
All these motherfuckers is just praying, Lord, take me the fuck away from this place, and you want to show up with a fucking nice car to that neighborhood. What are you doing?
This is the goofiest shit, man. And cause
I'm gonna check in.
Cause that shit ain't happening. Ain't nobody making Post Malone or Morgan Wallen checking.
They made Justin Bieber do push-ups though. Remember that shit? They had Justin Bieber, his car broke down. They was making him do push-ups and sing.
Dude.
That nigga was performing for his life.
I mean, I do get that though. If Justin Bieber car break down on my block, nigga, you better start hitting their journals.
Yeah, you better do a backflip or something.
Yeah.
You're not leaving without doing a backflip.
Are you gonna give me that top you gave Usher? Shit.
No, that's just a funny. That is a funny ass concept. Like, you go to one of the most populated cities in the entire country, and you got to go check in with a gang member. What? So you can go out to fucking go to eat chicken and waffles in that neighborhood. Like, why are you there?
Right.
I don't even get this. I think it's like a street credit thing. You're just like, oh, if you want to go in this neighborhood and act like you're a part of whatever the fuck we got going on here, you got to pay somebody or you got to check in. But it's like going to you go to Orlando to hang out in the hood, or you going to Disneyland,
right? Yeah,
or Disney World, whatever the fuck one it is.
No, because even shit, my dad told me that when I went to Jamaica. I got family in Jamaica, but that was one of the things my dad told me. Nigga, stay on that resort.
Yeah, what the fuck are you? You don't go to the. Do you go to the fucking? If you're rich, do you go to the worst part of the neighborhood of the city that you live in? Do you go hang out there, or do you tell them, nah, y'all meet me downtown?
Right.
Because that's realistically, ain't nobody gonna shoot up the fucking steakhouse.
Yeah.
They'll leave you alone. So, Philadelphia, make sure you check in with Meatball though. Make sure when you get there, hit up Meatball or Dr. Umar, or you not valid.
Niggas checking in with Quinta.
If Quinta ain't say you good, we shoot your car up.
Did you see All right, so you know right now Jonathan Majors is on the press run for his movie Magazine Dreams. That's I think that's the one where he collaborated with the Zeus Network to put this out. And so it's come.
I don't know if I want this to work out or if I want it to fail.
I know it's such a sad fall from grace because
I mean he married Megan Good. That's the thing. It's like this nigga fell from grace, but like he's living my childhood dream right now.
Yeah. But you know how when you got a check coming or like you got a show coming up and you had that money spent already. Mm-hmm. This nigga was the face. He was the future of the MCU. Like he was basically. Kang was going to be in. I think it was going to be like two movies, kind of like how Thanos had. What was it? Endgame and what was Infinity Wars and Endgame.
Right.
Like Kang was going to have, I believe, 2 movies centered around him like that. But then also being in Ant-Man, he was in Loki. Just he was going to definitely. He had a 9-figure deal on the way.
Yeah.
So to go from that to like we don't know what the next like after this role, we don't know when we're going to see him in something else again. But then also,
yeah, dude, and now he picks the time to fucking get a nice black lady on his side and shit. If he just started out with that, everything would have been cool. First of all, he might not have got all the jobs he wanted. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes some negotiations you do got to pull up with a white person. So I get that, but it's like if he did this shit a while ago, and
it's definitely going to be a while before we see him act on the level of something like a Marvel or a Disney movie, right?
He's genuinely born in the wrong fucking generation.
Oh no, yeah, no, for sure. Because back then you could just be a terrible nigga.
Yeah, he could have had these strong ass features and all he wanted, and nobody would have noticed.
Because somebody said
he could have danced like fucking Chuck Berry. All he wanted.
No, because somebody did say like how come there isn't a Marvin Gaye biopic yet, and the reason is because we would see how terrible this nigga really was.
Oh yeah, it's honestly like sad when you look at the people you idolize, or not even maybe I don't know if that's too strong of a word, but the people that you looked up to
and just thought they were great people.
I mean, I said Chuck Berry. That nigga was kind of on some shit too. Fucking Marvin Gaye. Mm-hmm. Not Sam Cooke. Who's the nigga after Sam Cooke?
Bobby Womack.
All those dudes back then was wilding. There's rumors about just about everybody. I don't want to air out all this shit because some of this shit I want to be able to enjoy in public.
Yeah, then Rick James kidnapped somebody.
I mean, that's Rick James. He allowed to do that.
But so on this press run, and that's why I'm wondering how much this will truly affect him. Because it's tough. Because like when you act, you at least need other people. You need a whole team to buy into it, right? Whereas like you need other actors, you need people behind the scenes as far as directors, writers, stage crew, all of that. Whereas like with musicians, you could kind of just do it like with your entourage.
Yeah,
like that's how like somebody like a Tory Lanez could still be able to put out music. So I'm wondering how much this will truly affect him. But with this press run starting, some audio just leaked of him having a conversation with his ex-girlfriend. Did you hear that?
Yeah. I forget exactly what he said, but it was some incriminating
basically
audio.
Yeah, she was like he called basically apologizing, and she was like, well, like you choked me and pushed me, something along those lines. And he was like, these are the things I'm apologizing for. So along this press run, he sat with Complex and they asked him how does he feel about, when something like this comes out, when this audio leaks, and this is what he said.
When something like this comes out during the week of your film's release, how did that make you feel?
I was so grateful that I had done my work, and continue to, and I'm continuing to do my work. I can't speak to it, but obviously, because you're talking about it,
It being when he choked the white girl.
There were vibrations, you know, reverberations. Same as everything before, you know. But I was happy I'd done my work, you know. I was happy I'd done my work.
You said
Yo, if you talk about beating up your girlfriend over a lo-fi chill study hip hop beat, that shit kind of go hard.
Yo, that
Lo-fi chill hip hop beats to whoop your girlfriend.
Yo, this is a sick nigga. This remind me kind of like you remember when Kevin Spacey put out that video?
Yeah,
This gave me that vibe.
Yeah.
Like that whole like I'm glad I done my work.
Yeah, it's
like,
a little haunting.
Yeah, it was kind of like this bitch lucky I'm not around her right now.
Yeah, that's how you know, like, dudes that do shit like this lack self-awareness, like self-control. Because you could a woman at the right time. Like, wait till y'all fucking and you could do all that shit. And she gonna be like, damn, what got into you? You! I'm glad you're enjoying this. Because I got a bone to pick with you.
No, but
Compartmentalize.
this shit is it's tough. It's tough, right? Because like, you know, this audio leaked, and they also just announced that him and Megan Good are married.
I don't like that though.
And
Keep her pure. Keep her away from him.
And it's so fresh because like I wonder if she even known. She probably didn't know this was something that was going to leak, but she has to stand by it with this being like, you know, her husband now. And he's been on this press run, like, you know, talking about the situation, crying, things like that. and it's like, nigga, I've seen you act before, man.
Yeah, he's
Like,
he's a good crier for sure.
He's an amazing crier. So it's like when I see him cry, it doesn't make it any more believable to me. Like it would be like, now if I saw a nigga on Tubi crying, for real, if I saw Denzel Dandridge crying or Jamal Willard crying, I'd be like, yo, that nigga innocent because that nigga can't cry for shit. But the nigga that went to Yale for acting, this is a thespian.
Yo, I swear to God, I feel like he's looking at this like, this is my greatest challenge of my career. I'm going to act my way back into the public's good graces. All right, so I'm going to cry. I'm going to look forlorn. He's taking notes. Every interview he does, okay, look, I didn't look downtrodden enough. So next time I'm going to give them some more downtrodden.
Yeah. And you know, he was on the Breakfast Club, and he also was saying that, like, you know, he sent a letter to the producer. Wait,
He probably wrote that shit by candlelight with a fucking pen with a feather. Old ass nigga.
I think was also makes this tough. I believe the woman that he was dating, I think he actually did meet her on a Disney set. So that's also like plays up some part of liability too, where it's like if we let you back, it's like imagine like you get into a fight with somebody at a bar every weekend, and then the bar they just let you back in, and now you really hurt somebody.
Yeah, they're not gonna let him around the white girls again. That's just irresponsible for one. They not. We gave you a chance.
Oh, I'm sure our white listeners aren't aware of this, but on Black Twitter,
Yeah, when we say Breakfast Club, they probably think about the movie.
they think about Molly Ringwald.
Yeah, they don't even know what the fuck we're talking about. Also, why do we get all our news from the Breakfast Club? Why do we let them niggas tell us anything? DJ, I mean, that nigga's a DJ. You get your news from a DJ, you're fucked. We are fucked, man. As a people, who do we trust for journalism? Black people. Man, give me some names.
Who do black people go to for news?
Yeah,
The Shade Room. Like, this shit is bad. Black people get their news from any picture with font over it. White people got real journalists. White people going to, even if it is misguided, at least you know, like, it's some type of like it might be some type of news station, whether it be CNN, MSNBC, Fox News. Shit, at least it got news in it. Shit.
If Steve Harvey could get a fucking journalism degree and do a news show, I think that would help us. Like he got to get off of that Judge shit, Family Feud shit. We need him right now. Yeah. He's a face that everybody trusts. And if he could talk, like if we get Steve Harvey talking about Israeli airstrikes, we might take that shit seriously. Yeah. Like these niggas, I can't even do it. What?
No, so
100 people. I can't do it. I don't have a good Steve Harvey.
No, so this chick on Twitter the other day, and I believe I think she might be a sex worker. Well, she
everybody's sex worker.
She sells feet pics, so that definitely ties into sex work.
If you can fuck it, it's sex work.
I'm not sure how far along she goes with the sex work, but she has a big following. I want to find the initial tweet. Basically, like she was like, y'all favorite chef was in my DMs, right? And it just happened to just be like a Twitter chef. Now he do got some good ass recipes. I'm not gonna lie. Like when y'all came over and had those the fried crab bites,
right?
That was his recipe, I believe. I think the mac and cheese and the jerk wings. I think everything we made might have been his recipe. Yo, that nigga, Mr. Make It Happen.
Is that his name?
Yeah, Mr. Make It Happen. That nigga definitely be making it happen, man. But
we'd be attracted to the worst shit. He couldn't just be like Chef Jerry Smith. We'd be like, nah, fuck that. But nah, I'll take a recipe from Mr. Make It Happen.
If a chef want to give black people attention, they just gotta fry some salmon. Yo,
you gotta make some salmon bites.
Yeah, niggas love some type of seafood bites.
Yeah, did you see? It was a picture. I don't think it was a video. These black people, I don't know. Who else would do it? I don't even need to say that. They brought a seafood boil on a plane. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
You should get shot by a fucking air marshal if you do that shit.
I didn't see that, but I did see something that said they're going to start having the direct flights from Jamaica to Nigeria. Niggas going to have so many leftovers. Like, it's going to be so much for you unwrapping as soon as them niggas sit down. Yeah,
let me make it clear. I love any culture, anybody that eats with their hands. Niggas that will pick up a stew and eat it with their hands. I love you. I don't know why y'all do it. Just suck your fingers, all 5 of your fingers at one time. If you do that, I love you.
Niggas is getting 3rd-degree burns.
No fucking fingertips. You can commit all the crimes you want. You don't got no goddamn fingerprints because you just eat with your hands. If you do that, you're all right in my book.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, y'all favorite chef in my DMs. And somebody said this is kind of like a recession indicator. Like before we used to expose athletes and rappers. We expose we exposing the niggas that's making the fried crab legs now.
Next thing you know, they gonna be fucking the Aki weight nigga. They gonna be fucking the nigga from the deli that you making the sandwiches. Posting about it. Not the nigga that make chopped cheeses or zebra cakes in my DMs.
This shit is bad, man. And it's like, it's fucked up because it's like, as a sex worker exposing somebody. Now the guy is married, but it's like, this is your target audience. But it was funny because like in the DMs they was going back and forth, right? And he was like, yeah, I want to invite you to like my restaurant. And she was like, oh, I would love to come. I want to meet the man behind the magic. And he was like, I want to meet you too, with the eyes emojis. And that's kind of where, like, you know, after that point she found out that he was married, so she blocked her. But it's just funny.
She posted the receipts.
Yeah.
It's, God damn, man. If you got any level of celebrity, sex workers used to actually have some fucking class, bro. What the fuck happened to like what happened to Vegas and what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Like what happened to all this type of shit?
It's fucked up because it's like you talking about I want to meet the man behind the magic. Nigga, the magic is just oxtail empanadas.
Yeah, I don't think sex work is ever gonna be the same again. Like, if you're married, I'm not saying you like I said, no point of contact.
Right.
Now there are married men that employ actual like sex workers for like, you know, fucking and sucking and twerking and squirting, but but that's supposed to be 100% anonymous, unless you know he don't pay you.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's the game. That's what it's always supposed to be.
That's why I'm paying you.
It's the oldest fucking profession on earth.
Yeah.
Single dudes don't fucking pay for a vagina like that. You know, I mean they do, but sex work is for married people. It's like, I don't got no time to go find nobody. Here's $50. Jerk me off. And I'm not saying that's okay, but as a sex worker, that's your job. Like, you know, a bartender that's just, you know, serving the drunks all day, knowing that this nigga got a wife at home and he's not supposed to be drinking. But, you know, he's an alcoholic and he's got to go somewhere safe. You know what I'm saying? You're the bartender, you know him, so you know when to cut him off, you know, all that shit. It's not the best situation, but he's safe there. That's your job. That's something that American society counts on. Anonymous service workers.
Yeah, that shit is bad. But man, be careful out there, man.
Yeah, if you want to cheat on your wife, do it in private. Is what we're trying to say, I guess.
No, you gotta do it with other married people.
Swing. I don't think I could ever. Yeah,
it ain't fun when she there.
Yeah, swinging because after you swing, it's not even gonna be like, oh, his dick bigger. You gonna get there and be like, oh, he take out the trash whenever. He always clean up after himself. Why is no socks on the floor in here? It's like, you ain't just get fucked right now. You mad at me?
Yeah, that is like the you swing and then she find out he more of a gentleman.
Yeah, it's like, why the fuck he got lotion on his feet and you don't?
This nigga go get the rag.
Yeah, I don't gotta clean to come off myself. Swinging just sounds like a horrible idea.
I guess before we get into the movie, you know, we always gotta we gotta get to the obituary section.
Yeah, I wanted to handle this with care, but that's not going to happen. So let's just get into it.
Yeah, well, actually, it was two people that died.
Who?
You know the guy, I forget his name, but he played Kurt in Good Burger.
The fucking oh damn.
The guy that was running on Mondo Burger. Let me see. Good Burger.
What happened to that hairstyle? When white dudes had the spiky hairstyle and shit.
Yeah.
You used to be able to use that hairstyle in Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Damn, I'm gonna fuck his name all up. Jan Switzerman?
Jan Schweiderman.
Yeah, Jens. Yeah, he was I believe he passed from cancer.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So he passed this week at the age of 54, I believe. But then also, just last night we lost George Foreman.
Yeah,
George Foreman. He passed away at the age of 76.
For a boxer, that's 100 years old though.
Yeah,
that nigga was getting punched in the head for fucking 12 years and shit.
No, he was boxing for like over 30 years.
He was winning most, but I mean like he was winning like most of his fights by knockout too.
Yeah, but like his first professional fight, I believe he was, I want to say, in 1967, and his last professional fight was in 1997.
Was he boxing that whole time?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Damn.
Yeah, so he was so his first fight, his first amateur fight was January 26, 1967. So you got to think, he had to be boxing before then. So this is a man that's essentially probably been boxing for like 30, 35 years of his life. And
that's probably why he named all his kids the same name.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said he really couldn't it was easier for him to remember.
George. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I mean, if you make fun of him for that, you're ableist. Yeah. If you think about it, because his brain was a pile of goddamn fucking a pile of porridge. So it may sound funny to you that all his kids have the same name, but it's about accessibility. You know, you wouldn't make fun of somebody that's using a wheelchair. to get around.
Yeah.
Well, I would, but you shouldn't.
But then, outside of boxing, he found great commercial success when he attached his name to the Foreman Grill, the George Foreman Grill. And I believe originally that company approached Hulk Hogan about it, and Hulk Hogan thought it was a bad idea.
Hulk Hogan don't got no good ideas though.
Yeah.
So
then they approached George Foreman, and they went on to sell over 100 million units. Boy, I used to throw some sage sausage on that Foreman Grill, let it drip down.
Hey, I haven't had one in a while, but I feel like I would.
Man, that Foreman Grill, bro, the Foreman Grill walked so the air fryer could run.
Yeah, I was just gonna say if we switched up on George Foreman with those air fryers, but
he was the original, man. The way that shit used to just get the fat off the burgers.
Yeah,
you didn't realize that a hamburger or a sausage link was that unhealthy until George showed us.
Yeah, I used to make fucking everything on that. You would make food that went on a grill just because you could use the grill. Like it would. You shaped your diet around the grill.
No, really, niggas in the house, niggas in the house doing all types of shit with the chicken and making homemade hamburgers just because. Now.
That was the first smash burgers, though. You literally would smash this shit.
Yeah.
Put your little brother head in that shit. If he fucking around.
Yeah, so man, condolences to George Foreman and John Switzerman. Also, back as usual with another one, the Tubi movie of the week. And this week we kind of got back to some of our Tubi favorites were in this. We watched Energy, and this was fresh out of the Detroit Tubi scene. And there was some familiar faces in this one, but also some new faces. And Energy, it's only an hour long, very, very quick watch.
Yeah, and
but I liked it at the beginning, but it did give a very rush feel.
There's a sequel to it. So
Well,
I
yeah.
think what they do with these movies is instead of writing an entire series, they just write an hour-long movie, and it's like, I guess it's like an episode of fucking Power or some shit.
Yeah.
So, this 2 sequels is basically like 2 episodes of television.
Yeah.
I don't know, though.
Yeah, this movie is about 2 young people that are just trying to find love. So they're trying to find love, and they kind of rushed this. This was kind of like.
I mean, I felt like that shit couldn't be over fast enough,
No.
personally. But
No, the way the shit ended, it started off with a good storyline, but then it just. You want to spoil this kind of?
I feel like we have no choice.
All right. So at the end, so in this movie, the main character,
Fuck. What the fuck was Marie? Or no, what's the dude's name?
yeah.
Marie was the female love interest, woman love interest. That's wrong. And Lathan.
Lathan.
That was the male love interest.
Wait, let me see.
Do we not got a headshot? All the motherfucking movies.
Yeah, Lathan. Yeah,
Bro.
yeah. Hiram Robinson.
He's in all the best Tubi movies. He don't got a fucking headshot.
Yeah, he also known as Hydra.
Oh, maybe it's under that.
Yeah, but he's been on a lot of stuff.
He's been in all the good ones.
Yeah, he's been in Don't Look Back. He's been in Get Paid, Obsession. This was actually the first one that we saw him in that Sarah Evalt wasn't in. The Asian. Because he's usually playing like her love interest.
Yeah.
In this.
I miss her. We gotta find another one with her in it.
Yeah, so
Fuck
in this, so Lathan, like at the end, spoiler alert, his mom throughout the movie she has cancer, but then she goes to chemotherapy, and the doctor comes and tell her we have good news, the chemo is working. But then 2 minutes later, she just does.
All right, I don't think that's funny, but I knew she was going to die because after the chemo, she still had all her hair. So I was like, they doing the wrong shit. This doctor don't know what the fuck he doing. Why the fuck she still got all her hair? She doing chemo. They didn't even make any sense. So I was like, oh, she gonna die. Like this chemo isn't working at all.
Yo, they sent her fresh from chemo to a hookah lounge.
Yeah. So yeah, all that work we did on your lungs. Go inhale the antidote to chemo.
Yeah, this movie, man.
I honestly like. I like the black loved ones. It wasn't no type of. It was negativity in it for sure. That's how a movie works. But there wasn't any like, oh, we gonna go find out where this nigga at, shoot up his house. There wasn't none of that. So that was cool.
Right. Yeah.
There was I mean, the guys were like looking for like a fucking like a real partner and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's something.
yeah. So I'm gonna play this first scene where Lathan is at home, and then one of his friends comes over, and he tells his friend like, you know, I'm going to this speed dating event later.
So, I hear speed dating is a thing in New York, which is obviously it would be because there's fucking 9 billion people there. But is speed dating a real thing that exists in the world still to this day?
Oh, for sure. It'd be a lot of speed dating events out here. Yeah.
I didn't think that was like a thing that I didn't think it was ever successful. It just always seemed like a fad. You know, I thought it was a thing that happened fucking 20 years ago.
But I think the problem that does happen at most speed dating events is that it usually is just more women than men, because they're more open to receive love, whereas like the men that are going, I guess, so you have two sides of men. You have men that don't go because they know like this person is actually looking for a potential partner. And I think, because I would say for most relationships we end them by accident. Where it's like, oh shit, I really like this person.
Yeah. It never.
You don't go in looking for a relationship.
That's 35 plus activity.
Yeah, you go in looking for some ass, and then you're like, damn, I could see me and her going to Target.
Yeah.
But so that's kind of what like speed dating is, and then you got the guys that do go that are just looking for some fun.
Well, it actually might be inconvenient because if you sit down and you got a boner and then you got to get right up, you walk around with your dick tucked in your waistband. That's just not the right energy.
So I'm gonna play this part right here. That was my favorite part. You got the guy with the suit on, the glasses, and a high top fade. do you like anime? You know that nigga got a Nintendo Switch in the car.
That's funny as fuck, bro. Because niggas get mad like these girls don't like anime. Do you like makeup tutorials, dude? Some shit is just. But yeah, niggas that like anime, they be them underarms be crazy.
Yeah, man, you gotta watch out for the niggas that be looking at the clothes in GameStop.
Yeah, if his eyebrows is raising too much, if he doing a lot of gesturing and facial expressions, trying to look like a fucking cartoon, watch out. Might stab you with a fucking throw a fucking ninja star at your face.
So yeah, so Lathan, he ends up going on a double date with this one girl, and he ends up leaving with Arya. And
like the hospital?
They end up they end up going back to his house for a little bit. But then, you know, after they get done doing what they doing, they have like a little fight.
Yeah, I've taken Yadi Coochie 101.
Yeah,
Did you take that?
I was about to say, yeah, that might be a good class.
Yeah. Nah, I've taken it. I got a C+.
But
yeah, what you about to do is some crazy shit to say after fuck it. But it's kind of the only way you could approach it. Like you can't be like, all right, you gotta go.
Yeah, because
how do you? What you about to do?
Because after a certain point, like he's past that age of saying, yeah, my mom on her way home.
Yeah. Or you could be like, how did you get here again? Like, how you get home? Where you live at?
Yeah.
Just if you some nice way of approaching the way of your house.
Yeah. Or that's why
the topic of your house.
That's why you gotta text your homie to call you. Yo, look, I'm gonna answer on speakerphone. Say I gotta come and get you. Yeah. But this movie overall though, this was cool. This was it's a quick watch. I could tell she actually was a little bit embarrassed by that, like that sex scene. Just in general, I've seen better sex on Tubi.
But I feel like that was just like, hey, we just met. you know, I don't like you like that. That was the representation. I think they put a lot of thought into these sex scenes. If I know anything about Tubi movies, it's that these sex scenes have a real art direction.
So later in the movie, Lathan is out celebrating his birthday, and Arya decides to pop up while he's out with his new girlfriend.
This sound like that Kendrick Lamar song where him and his girl be fighting over a beat. Like, fuck you, bitch. That's actually kind of like they should release that track. Just that scene as a track.
So this movie, it's a quick watch. As you can hear, it's not really the best acting, but you do have Hiram Robinson, aka Hydra. You have Denzel Dangerous in this, and then you have these other new actors. This movie came out in 2023. I'm not sure if this. Let me check to see if the sequel is out.
We gonna have to update the rating system. Cause like there's what is it like? There's G, there's PG.
Oh, okay, Energy 2 is out.
Sequel, yeah.
Okay.
There might be even a third one. You know, if there's more people willing to fuck on camera.
And then the sequel is an hour 43.
That's too long. If the first one's long, they keep. This isn't the first time I've seen this, but if the first one is a certain length, I feel like the second one should follow a similar formula. But I don't know. I don't make movies, so you know, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. What the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, so we gotta figure out a rating system because there's certain movies where I'm just like, I don't want white people to know this happened because I don't want them to hear
it misrepresents us.
Yeah, I don't want them to you know. So maybe we gotta there's like a rating for like watch this with your family, watch this alone with some Vaseline, watch this you know, with a date, watch this without white people. Like there's got to be, we got to figure out that rating system. Yeah, and I'm gonna sharpen that up.
Right. Yeah.
Because I don't know about that one.
And there's also like, you know, it's some stuff that you just shouldn't watch. It's some stuff that you'll really enjoy, and there's some shit that's bad, but it might keep you entertained.
Right.
So I definitely get what you're saying.
So I think maybe rather than a star rating, we got to give this a like, you know, like a censorship bureau rating or whatever the fuck, you know, that type of shit.
Yeah. Okay, I like that idea. But yeah, if y'all looking for something quick to watch, man, check out Energy. It has no rating yet on IMDb, which I'm assuming since it's been out for 2 years now, it won't get any ratings. So
I'll rate this NC-17.
But yeah, you got anything else before we get out of here?
Nah. Thank you everybody for listening and rating and reviewing and watching, participating in dialogues.
And just keep engaging with us on every platform. Engage with us, support us on our personal pages. If you see our content, man, send a like. Once the episodes drop, man, give us a review, subscribe, comment, all of that. We definitely, you know, we want to curate this to make this the best experience possible for y'all. So yeah, just tell us what y'all want to see.
Yeah, I might even start responding to people on my actual page. Because normally, like, if it's a podcast, official podcast responds to you, then that's something. But I like to keep shit separate from my own mental health. But maybe I'll start, you know, answering questions, and you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Just don't be sending me no freaky shit, and we're good.
Yeah,
no more with that mouth do. I don't want to hear that no more.
Swing that this way.
It's niggas. So you got it. I definitely will. No. I'll let them know that you was asking about them.
Shit, man. It's been a good one, man. We catch y'all back next week. I'm Anthony Moore.
I'm Asante Morris,
and we out of here.
Good night.